Manuel Oliveira and Mariana Cabral Oliveira. Recollections. Go.
Recollections of Mexico.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody used to talk about my grandpa being a mean old man. Yeah? And he really wasn't. I mean, we used to get hit on the ear. You know, if we do something, if he's close enough.
And you're talking about Manuel Oliveira?
Yeah. But he was okay. And,
but your grandma was a sweet lady.
So,
she was really, I guess they had to be sweet with daughter.
Yeah, so you see.
Just move back that way.
And that we want to know who's the face to the voice. The face to the voice.
My father was holy moly.
She didn't hear.
Two fingers.
Yeah, two fingers.
Yeah.
I don't know, my grandpa had only two toes on one of his feet.
Oh, I heard about that, the toes.
He had only two toes on one of his feet. When they were kids, they were playing. They used to cut open the logs and get those grave bugs, and that was their pigs. They would make pig pen corrals, and they would, small kids.
The roly-polies you're talking about, right? You used to try to raise some?
Yeah, I think so. But then, I don't know, this gal had an axe or a hatchet or whatever. She was going to split the log, so he put his foot on it. He says, no, that's mine. And she said, move, I'm going to cut him. And he didn't move, and she cut his 3 toes off.
Woo!
So he had a grave up by St. Joseph for his 3 toes.
But nobody knows where.
My mother used to tell the story that, he'd come home from working all day, and he'd eat, and then he would go lay down on the punea, and he would tell the kids, come wash my feet, because he's sleeping. And they wear rubber boots, and you get jammies, yeah? So he used to tell the girls, go wash his feet. And they would all fight for the one with only 2 toes because it was quicker.
It was quicker. How funny. And your mother, of course, was Jackie.
Yeah.
Oliveira. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hill.
When we moved out in '59, we moved to Wailuku. I swore I'd never ever come back to Mexico. I hated it because with Grandpa everything was work.
Yeah.
You only played on Sunday after
That's
church.
true, yeah.
And what saved me was fishing was work because there was food. And I love fishing, so it's one way to get out of cutting guava trees is go fishing with him.
Go fishing, oh my God.
Why didn't you like to go pig hunting?
Because when we hunted pigs, there was only one gun. Even if 10 of us went up the mountain, there's only one gun for safety's sake. And the person that carried the gun was Raymond or Willie. So we only went along to be pack horses. After the pig is cut up, we gotta carry them out. And that's all we did. I never caught a pig. Larry never caught a pig, but I could catch fish, So I just decided I don't like going hunting anymore. I'm not a mule. I'm not a pack horse.
Yeah.
So you get them. They cut the thing in half, and you gotta put the blood side on.
I went one time.
And carry them like that, and get big ticks up. But when you get home, you get blood on your neck and ticks in your hair, and
Yeah.
Oh, I know about ticks.
oh, good.
Yeah, I don't know how old I was. I went one time hunting with them. I was come the first semester. I was so damn scared when that pig came home. My God, I was going.
Yeah, because they're
I
big.
said, only get guava trees. You can climb one tree to save yourself a small little tree.
And then probably bend over.
So the cattle can eat the tree, And I was like, oh my God, where am I going to hide? I was so scared. But then dogs, boy, they went take care of it. And Morris was a mother pig, so she came charging. Because of the babies. And then they would kill the mother. So then we go get all the babies, and we brought all the babies down. And I think Bobby took his for agriculture at Bowen High. And he went and raised them. And I think they used to have, the senior year, they used to have a luau, and they would kill the pig and donate them for the luau.
And then Martin, when Martin was born.
Louder.
Mm-hmm. She had a rough time because, the old Catholics, once you divorce, you cannot remarry. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So
Your mom, yeah.
She went all through her life raising me without a husband. And then she met Martin's father, and he wanted to marry her. Really nice guy, but my grandparents wouldn't allow it.
Oh.
He wasn't Catholic, and she was already married in their eyes. Yeah?
Oh.
So she had she had a hard life. And
Yeah.
a lot of the cousins were afraid of her because they used to say, "Oh, she's so mean." They used to call her Uncle Jack instead of Auntie Jackie. They call her Uncle
Oh
Jack,
gosh.
and they'd be scared of her. She was always scolding.
She was frustrated.
Yeah. But grandma was a sweetheart. You know, she lived for a family to come for the weekends.
Oh.
And you had like Auntie Tilly with her kids,
Yeah,
Auntie Catherine
yeah.
with her kids, Auntie Agnes. They would come in and stay the weekend, and all the time on Sunday when they would leave, maybe after lunch, you got to drive down, turn around, and then go back to. Well, look, you got to go down by the gate. She'd be standing on a porch with her handkerchief, crying every time the family would leave. She'd go bye. She'd have her handkerchief and crying. Yeah.
And you're talking about your grandma was my Auntie Mariana,
Yeah.
Yeah.
who was me and Joanne's grandpa's sister.
Yes.
Yes.
Grandpa Marianne's
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah.
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 That's sad.
They were more, I think the grandpa and Auntie Marianne, they were more the mellow ones. I don't, grandma, because my grandma was so,
Your grandma was funny because I told you earlier that your grandpa said he would only have a sip of wine when he went around a turn. So when we come to and from Hana with Uncle Johnny or Uncle Frank or whoever, you never know where you would see his car parked on the side of the road. And those days the cars, the trunk opened like that, and there was a floor. There was no seats or hold or anything. It was just a flat floor. He'd be sitting with the trunk open with the gallon of wine in his hand. And if you go look at her, she's in the front seat praying the rosary.
Ah, how funny.
Want to make it home?
Somebody said he used to like pretend to have flat tires and
Probably.
go
Yeah,
and
good stuff.
get a swipe.
Take a,
So when you, Larry, and Grandpa would go fishing, where did you go and
Oops.
what did you take to drink and eat?
Well, several places in Naiko we used to go, but I always said this. When we went fishing, we took one loaf of bread. Grandpa had his vinegar bottle with coffee, but by the time lunchtime came around, it was cold. Not, it wasn't hot. I don't even recall if we had water with us, but lunch was a loaf of bread and a can of pork and beans.
yeah, it was
And you just put the
coffee
pork
bean
and beans.
sandwich.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that was the best sandwich.
And
ever.
I
Those
years later, I
sandwiches.
said, if my wife ever served me that for lunch, I hit him.
No, I'm going to serve you Vienna sausage mayonnaise sandwich.
Oh, yeah,
Good.
man, sausage, oh my
No, it's a-
God.
That was his lunch every day for
Yeah.
school.
Oh,
His mom
gee.
That's right, with Vienna sausage.
No, banana sandwiches. Used to make banana sandwiches. Slice them and mayonnaise.
Yeah.
And they used to call me banana monkey. We were like first, second grade. I used to get so mad.
Yeah.
One of the girls, we were on a seesaw, and one of my classmates, some girl was
my
on the
elbow.
other side. So, we're going up and down. And she said, banana monkey, shut up, banana monkey, shut up. I said, I'm going to jump off. She said, banana monkey, I jump off. Boom, she ended up in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
That's why they took seesaws out, because they didn't have seesaws anywhere anymore. It's too
No
dangerous.
jungle
yeah.
jam,
Yeah.
swings.
Yeah, it was to do that kind of stuff, that's why.
Yeah.
You have to walk up to church, yeah.
Okay, this is about Larry and who?
Me.
Oh, and you.
We
Okay.
were altar boys. We had to do the collection, So from the altar, when it was time to collect, we would take the baskets. The baskets were behind the altar,
Yeah.
and we would do the collection and put the baskets were there and go back, finish the mass. So one day he and I said something like, we're working and we're not getting paid. So we each stole a 50-cent piece.
Ah.
And we used to wear jeans, you roll up the cuff, come almost all
Oh,
the way up to
yeah,
your knee.
yeah, yeah.
So, and the church, people, it was all family, aunties, uncles, or cousins.
Yeah, yeah.
So we went back, kneeled down to finish the mass.
Uh-oh.
My 50-cent piece rolled out of my cuff, and it was wooden floor, yeah. So I was like, and it was roll. And Uncle Frankie came from inside, from the church. He came up, he grabbed me and Larry by our ears. He looked at us. Oh, shame like heck.
Yeah, in front of everybody.
But you guys walked to and from whether it rain or shine.
Yep.
No car, right?
And Portuguese
How
style.
far was this walk?
You know where our house, Nahiko? It's less than a mile, but
Oh,
still, rainy miles.
Yeah, oh gee, and the
But-
rain they have here.
The Portuguese style was if mass was at 7, you were at the church at 6.
Yeah.
I don't know what for. Just
Yeah,
sit there for an hour on the
before,
porch.
Wow.
before church start.
Yep.
Our first date was
And
midnight
you'll be
mass
late.
at St. Anthony. Our first date,
Yeah.
Ah,
and he didn't tell me we were going to pick up his mom and grandma and Mrs. Quello, the lady that his mom took care of, and get to church, and it's like 10 o'clock. Mass is at midnight. St. Anthony, and we both worked that day. And so tired, right? But first time I'm meeting his mom, and so I'm trying to stay awake. Well, this one just falls asleep. I don't know if there was one of the pillars there, and he leaned against it, and he started snoring.
oh no.
Yeah, and Mom jabs me and tells, because she was next to me, and she tell Eddie he snores, Yeah, Mom said, snoring, quiet. Snore again. But it was very interesting. But like he said, you want to be there early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 o'clock, and it was storming that night. Yeah,
Ooh.
thunder, lightning.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we were there, just trying to stay awake.
Grave of Joao Oliveira and Mariana Martins Oliveira in Pu'uiki, Maui. Date is wrong. Mariana was born in 1856, 2 years before Joao, who was born in 1858, both on San Miguel, Azores. Okay, Mariana Oliveira, Mariana Cabral Oliveira, Grandma Mary Cabral's sister-in-law is Grandpa Marion's sister. And next to her is her husband, Manuel Oliveira. This is Grandma's brother, Grandma Mary Oliveira Cabral's brother. Here's everybody. Leo Cuddy Pryor has joined us.
Love to marry into the Hawaiian side. Lots of land. Good looking kids.
Maria Raposa Cabral. That is Grandpa Marion's mother, who was born in San Miguel, Azores. And her husband, Jose Cabral, is buried in Wailuku.
So we're at the graves of our Cabral ancestors. Mary Cabral's date here is wrong. It says April 16th, and it should be, what is it, Iris?
May
May.
16th, 1967.
And this is Marian Cabral, who is her husband, and Jose Cabral, who is Marian Cabral,
Father.
Marian Cabral's father.
And is my great-grandfather, Marianne, and Joanne's great-grandfather. Woo! Okay. Let's, oh, wait a minute. And there's all three lined up. And they are across the street from St. Anthony Church and behind this plumeria tree.
Yeah, but I don't feel them.
Me out when Grandpa Cabral had died. Yeah?
Yeah?
As a small boy, all my life growing up, Grandpa Cabral had beards, full dress beards.
Oh, okay.
Okay? He went to the hospital. In those days, first thing, cleanliness.
Oh.
They took and shaved all his goddamn beards off.
Oh.
I would freak out when I seen Grandpa Cabral, my grandfather, inside a coffin.
When
I couldn't believe.
it didn't
I
look
turned
like
around and walk away.
really.
I wanted to remember him, how he was when I was born.
Yeah, because they look so
And my
different.
mom, Auntie Mary, Desmond's mom, you can ask them, I don't know if you remember.
Because I'm thinking we might
But,
want to do some groceries.
I mean, they went after that nurse,
You know, pick up some stuff.
cleanliness.
Where you
Like he was one.
Like we do in my house.
Oh, they gotta shave his beard off. Oh, shit. He was with that all his life.
So
Yeah.
still staying with
all his life.
No,
Oh,
she
she's
doesn't have a
getting
big
you
place.
guys.
Yeah.
Robin.
I've never seen my dad without a beard either.
Oh, Robin.
Yeah, you're
Someplace
pretty
up
smart.
there, so they were gonna
Yeah.
take a trip.
You had two pair of pants when you went to high school?
Visit Hope.
This is the one I went to see that was